welcome to TED Talks. I am Ted Davies. This is actually a recorded session. We recorded this a couple weeks ago when it's going to be airing in September. September or no, October. Excuse me. It'll be in October here. Jake Estrada is so worth everybody's time as a creator. I really want you guys to see what he's doing. That's why I especially recorded this because I know how busy he is. And yeah, so we're going to do this, and we're going to show you what's coming up with his Kickstarter and all the movie productions, everything he's doing right now down Florida way. And I can't wait for you to learn a little bit more about Jake. He's always welcome here on Ted Davies Artistry. As you know, he's kind of a staple diet around here. We love Jake. So, and I want you guys to really know why, because he's a great guy. But first, let's find out what's in the coffee cup. We got Waking Dragon. Indian River Roasting Company made a special blend just for Ted Davies Artistry. You can check out what they're doing on their website, IndianRiverRoasting.com. Let's see the promo. Here at Ted Davies Artistry, we take coffee seriously. And so does our sponsor, Indian River Roasting Company. It's fair trade, organic, and they're artisans just like me. The only difference is I use watercolor and ink and they use coffee beans. And I enjoy it all through my day. So do yourself a favor, go to the description when you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Find Indian River Roasting Company's website. Use the promo code CaffeinateTed2021 and save 10% on your purchase. Yeah, use that promo code CaffeinateTed2021. Say it with me now. Find out their website here is IndianRiverRoastingCompany.com. It's on the description. And check out what they're doing because they do some really great organic coffee. Save 10% when you use that promo code and go see what they're doing because it is definitely worth the caffeine intake. All right, we also have Cashman's Comics out of Bay City. They're a really good sponsor. We love John. We love Petey, the dog that's in the shop all the time. Let's check out everything they're doing.
And every day I wake up feeling the same way now. Need to find something to believe. Every night the dreams we make, they're haunting my head now.
John is awesome. He believes in indie publications. He carries my work and he carries everybody else's work too. Marvel, DC, you name it. Check out everything he's doing. He'll ship nationwide. Go to cashmanscomics.com and check it all out. And if you're in Bay City, Michigan, check out his shop because he is awesome. He is there for the novice collector or the seasoned collector, just like me. So check out everything he's doing. We're also part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Check out everything you're doing 7 days a week. We're a group of creatives helping creatives build their business. A lot going on here. A few changes on the schedule, but that'll be addressed, I'm sure, by the time that this airs in October. And we look forward to you guys checking out everything that we're doing. We got a lot of great content to help you build your business as an independent creative. So, no further ado, I'm going to be bringing in the man here, Jake. Man, you know, our hair is... We got really good hair. I tell you what, I don't know. I'll take it. Yeah, everything ever since all the epidemic and everything else, I've been growing my hair out and it's been great. I don't know. If you like it, great. Christine likes it, so whatever. That's the main thing, I guess. How long you been growing yours out, man?
Since the pandemic too.
Yeah.
It hit and I never cut it. And I'm like, just keep it going.
Right.
You know, I got it, I flaunt it until maybe one day I'll cut it. Until then, you know, I'm going to
just let it go.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I like the freedom of it. You know, it's just like whatever happens, that's the way it is. So tell me what you got going, man. What's been happening? What's going on with you guys?
I mean, you know me. I'm always in a mix of things, creating stuff. Where you know, I've done Zoom. I'm that's about to launch, and I'm still working on Bocas, the comics, and SECX, and I'm also working on you know, multiple different movies, the Bocas sequel. I'm going to be doing October 1st. I'm going out to Orlando to a film festival for Bocas.
Yes.
So we got that coming up, and then we got the Zoom premiere for the cast and the crew and the families and stuff like that, October 15th at a local movie theater over here.
Okay.
And then we got America Divided, that's where we're trying to push for Kickstarter, an eventual release on Kickstarter.
Okay.
Right now, we're trying to get our notifications up for that, and
Sure.
so we're working a lot of different cylinders. And then I got a bunch of different screenplays for a few different types of films. I also yesterday was out at a location for another horror film I'm working called Bacon. And
Bacon, cool.
yeah,
Cool.
I was been scouting for locations, and
Sure.
I found this awesome location, a beautiful wooded area. We found pig farms. I mean, I was
It was
up there
right up
looking.
the Bacon Alley, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Well,
So
it's diversification's key, right?
yes,
Diversifying and getting. I know you got a lot going on. Plus, you got a full-time gig,
yep,
full-time job, so you're doing all this. That's crazy. I mean, you got a lot going on. I know that, full disclosure, everybody knows that I work with you on covers, on Bocas
yes,
especially, and we're doing a special one, I think, for this Kickstarter coming up, aren't we? We're doing a
yes.
special one, and it's going to be awesome. It's one of my favorite ones I've been working on the last few months, I have to say. So it is. It's pretty sweet. It's going to be a lot of fun. All I got to say is there's a cruise ship involved. That's all I'm saying.
Can't
So
wait.
very cool though. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's go to the Kickstarter. Let's talk about that first.
Yeah.
American Divided. Tell me about that. It's going to be coming up soon, so I want people to get on here and get notified for the launch. Follow Kickstarter, get on here and find out what they're doing with this American Divide. Tell everybody what it's about.
America Divided. It's a dramatic horror film. It
Okay.
has zombies. It has all this, intrigue, and I decided, what, America is divided, and in the center of the story is where there's one guy, he's fed up and he wants to take it and he wants to kill this shock jock, and he just runs up to the guy's radio station. He's about to get him, but in the middle of all that craziness, there's zombies all around him, and
Okay, so I mean, it's probably the most inopportune time to be doing that kind of.
yeah, he doesn't even know about the zombie apocalypse. That's how oblivious this guy is. He just runs there and he's ready to just ventilate him. He's
Yeah. Mow him down.
Yeah.
How many people are on? Are you shooting already? You must be. Or no?
I've already shot a lot of B-roll for it.
Okay.
So I've been taking a lot of that because for movie making, you got to have the principal location
Sure.
shots and
And
everything like that.
Before you get any of the casting done or anything, you've got to get your
and then securing the location, make sure it's okay. We found an actual radio station. I mean, a real authentic radio station that was used in the 50s. It's still being used today.
That's cool.
Go ahead.
Do they charge you? Do they charge you for pulling a film permit?
Yes. For
Florida?
a film permit, no, they don't charge for that. It's free.
That's good.
Here
That's good.
in the county, but you got to pay the rental locations and stuff like that. And it's only fair. Everybody has to make a buck. So
and I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And we got a great deal, and I'm like, can't pass it up. It's authentic. There's no, so I was like, the moment I heard about the location, I'm like, I got to check it out. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is all I can ask for.
That's cool. That's cool.
So,
how is the logistics of it? I mean, is it? I know you can probably only do one movie at a time. What's the logistics stand? I mean, trying to organize everything, getting the money together is one thing.
Yeah.
Trying to get everybody involved during COVID. What is it like, especially in Florida? I can't even imagine. If we can touch base on it.
Well, here in Florida, I always call it like a meat market, and
yeah.
And I don't want to get too political, because I know it might drive some people crazy, but leaders do better. That's all I always say. That's all I can say,
Yeah. And that's all you can do. I mean, you know that we don't get political here, but it's the truth. I mean, truth is truth. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
And
you want everybody safe. You want to be safe, obviously.
Yeah.
So you try to do what you can. How is that happen? How is it with casting and stuff? How do you see it?
So
vaccinated, not vaccinated? Do you guys know so that you're aware of what people's status are? Do you know?
so like for me, I asked them to be vaccinated if they can be,
Hmm.
health wise,
Yeah,
and
right, right.
some people can't be for,
Sure. I
obvious reasons.
understand that totally. Yeah,
And then most people that I've run into in the films that do filming and they are vaccinated,
yeah,
because they want to be,
yeah.
healthy, and they want
Sure,
to continue working.
sure.
So so there hasn't been too much pushback on that, and then
Good.
everybody, is keeping distance from each other as best as possible.
Sure,
We're not filming and wearing masks, trying to be safe, and
sure.
then take it one day, one step at a time
Yeah,
with a lot of this stuff, and
right.
and like you said, logistic wise, sit there, look at everybody's schedule, availability, and then
Sure.
pick the best possible days to film.
How is that's got to be challenging, especially when you're working full time. Other people are going back to work now, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, but how just the logistics standpoint's got to be very daunting trying to deal with all that. Then, not to mention the editing. Once you're done with that, that's got to be, and then you got all the. How are you shooting right now? Are you shooting? I know that the Bocas, if anybody's not seen it yet, Bocas was shot on iPhone, right? Or
yeah,
on Samsung, or what was
yeah.
it? It was,
It was a Samsung phone.
yeah. So I mean, you've got an indie creator here taking a comic book, producing it into a movie on an iPhone. So don't say you can't do it, because you can do it.
It's
Because
guerrilla filmmaking. That's
that's
what I'm
it.
about.
Jake's
Right
doing it.
now, right
Jake
now,
and a whole group of them are doing it. I
yeah,
mean, his
yeah,
whole group. So
yeah.
this isn't a joke. So I mean, you guys, there's no excuse for it.
Yeah,
Some
we
great
we
things happen.
we we just keep upgrading our
Sure.
lighting, and keep upgrading our sound, and we just keep on slowly getting the pieces and putting it together, and it just
Hmm.
and that's what I tell people, there's a dream, there's a will, there's a way. You just got to, think it out,
Facilitate. Yeah.
and just got to keep on pushing to, achieve your dream. And then, with programs today, it's just like Adobe Premiere Pro, and there's
Absolutely.
tons of other
Da
programs.
Vinci. There's a lot of different
Dimension,
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes your it's up. It adds value to
Yeah.
your finished product. You just got to take the time, and you're going to have to spend a lot of sleepless hours working at it.
Sure.
You do
Sure.
your day job, do that, and then before you know, you're like, man, this cup of coffee is not doing it.
Well, that's one thing. You probably have good Puerto Rican coffee, though, right?
Oh
I would think.
yes, yeah, oh
Yes.
yes, you know
My
that.
my brother here's family's from Puerto Rico, and much respect. And you guys. It's Puerto Rico, right? It is Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
yeah,
So,
it's Puerto Rico.
and yeah, much respect. Food, coffee, cigars, all of it. So I'm all about it. All about it. The let me hop off here, but everybody needs to get to the Kickstarter and go notify me to launch, because that's a brilliant way to get notified on what we're trying to push here for Jake, because I
Yeah,
think it's
I'm
Mhm.
hoping to launch it November 1st.
Okay, good,
I have a threshold that once I hit that mark, but I'm eyeing November 1st,
good.
so we can start pushing the film out. So we
Hmm.
can get
Accordingly, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so we can get that rolling. Meanwhile, I just keep on working on all this other stuff. You know me, Ted. I'm like you.
Well, and
We all
yeah,
work.
you don't stop. One thing
No,
about you that I've always, and the other thing too, is you always have time to take a call from me. That's
yes,
one thing that you and I have both always had a, hey, can I give you a shout? That you and I have always been like that. And I don't ever want to lose that, because it's something that out of all our friendship, that's like super important to me. I
yes,
only have a handful of people I can do that with, and you're one of them. And you're still authentic, and you work your butt off, but you're authentic. And that's huge. I mean, in any indie environment, it's a very endearing thing, and I don't take it lightly. So when you guys are working with my man here, make sure that you respect his time. And but anyway, tell me about, okay, so that's one thing. So you've got that going. Now tell me about the movie thing that you got going with the theaters and everything else that are happening. And we'll talk about Zoomed as
okay,
well.
okay,
Is
yeah,
that affiliated with the
okay.
movie or not?
Zoomed actually was a film made for the pandemic. So
Interesting.
we actually filmed a lot of the film using like this.
Yeah.
We went over Zoom. We filmed over this. Uh, StreamYard. We used that. We used whatever we could. So we built a plot line about
Okay.
a group of friends that used to meet in person talking about their favorite serial killers. It was like a fan club.
Okay. All right. I'm going to bring that. Let me see what I've got here on the Instagram. I think that just give me a sec. I'm listening to you. Can you see? Well, let's see. Let me go back here. I apologize. Okay. You're on there. Okay. So go ahead and do your thing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So no, it's okay. So they would get together, but when the pandemic hit, they started to use, online,
Sure.
Zoom,
Like we all
StreamYard.
did. Yeah.
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 And they started meeting and talking about their favorite killers and stuff like that. But so
And their favorite killers.
yeah.
Okay.
So what happens naturally,
Mhm.
they start getting off the one at a time, and a lot of the kills and everything like that happens, they have their webcam on, and it either happens on screen or doesn't, and then
Okay.
um
It's pretty morbid. Okay. All right.
yeah. And then there's a few scenes in the film where they actually meet together,
Okay.
and then we're masked and we're talking about that. We incorporate that. We even talk about that in the film, like hey, how come you ain't wearing your mask? And then we go on about that. And then there's a few times when even the killer appears on screen. We just made this movie, and it was all during the pandemic. It was made. It was put together.
Awesome. Does the Instagram play it does play
Yes.
right on here. Let me
Yes.
go to it and let's look at it so I get
Okay.
it. I want to make sure that I play this properly. Okay, you ready? Let me go back here. Okay, go.
It's going down.
I hear your wife. We talk, okay? And yeah, speed dial's a thing. Don't question me.
Hey, how did you get in here?
What's happening?
So we need to think about what we're going to do from here on out.
Around like some duck, waiting for some maniac to come and attack me.
Gore.
Fucking find you, son. You are fucking dead. Peter. Fuck this shit. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yo, what the? I'm not him.
Yes. Imagine that.
A prophet who spoke pain and truths to others and casually asked, what's happening, little brother? Guess what?
So it's coming up.
Yes.
Cool. All right, give me 1 sec here and we'll get back to the screen here. Cool. All right, so it's October 13th?
Yeah, October 15th.
Now, what's going on with this now? Is this also Kickstarter or no?
So-
This has just already been ready to roll.
So this is already put together. This is already done. I actually have producers. I actually got local producers that they contributed money, and this wasn't on no platform. It was just me doing it the old-fashioned way, and I got people. They paid a few bucks to be producers, and we made several $100 on that, and I was able to then turn around and rent a movie theater. So the movie theater sits about 100 people, but I'm limited to about 50 people because I'm trying to keep everybody spaced out and everything like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're doing that, and I figure I'm just going to have fun. We're going to have a red carpet premiere for it before we launch it onto like YouTube or
That's
some
cool,
other platform.
Man.
And then
grassroots, man. I mean, that's awesome, and you're getting your work out there. That's awesome.
And I mean, I made a funny video like that. I was like, I'm gonna make it funny so people really don't know what it's like. Well, what the hell is this? Zoomed? You've been zoomed. So I was laughing. I laugh every time I see it. I'm like, okay. And I mean, I'm shocked how many views I ended up getting on Instagram. I was like,
that's good, man.
Views?
Well,
like, wow.
You shouldn't be shocked. I mean, it's entertainment, and that's what we need right now. A lot of people are still, trying to deal with everything, and I think it's important, whether it's gore or whatever. I mean, it's it's entertainment for people, and that's awesome. And you're getting the idea. You're getting you're making it and getting it out to the world. I've been
Yeah,
saying that. Try to get your story out to the world left and right.
yeah,
And that's a
exactly. You
huge
have
part of
to.
it.
Yeah, you
Uh,
have to.
how hard was it getting the producers to sign on to this? Did they said that they paid a few dollars to be on it to get credit?
So
Did,
yeah, it was roughly about like $100 just to get producer credits, to get IMDb credits and stuff like that. And
okay,
so what I mostly did was just go to business owners I know and they know me
sure,
because I've done a lot of work for them over the years. And I'm like, look, I'm making this movie, and people are like, when they hear movie, they're like, what? And they were like,
yeah,
yeah. To get crits, and my name's going to be on a big screen. I'm like, yeah, your name's going to be on a big screen. So they were just willingly selling
all
their money
about it.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I did that for Bocas too. When
sure,
I went to these businesses and people were just paying for that because when they know their name. Now, if you were to go to them and tell them, hey, I got a comic and I'd like you to help me produce it, and they'll be like, oh,
yeah, no,
no.
nope,
But the
right.
moment you tell them a movie, you're like, oh, yes.
Well, right. And then, with Hollywood Dream, right? Well, not
Yeah,
just that, but exposure. You're going to get, how many people are going to see this?
yeah,
And that's, I'm with you on that.
yeah.
That's a huge sell for a lot of people.
That's true.
Um, so how many scripts do you have going right now? You said that
So,
you had quite a few things going
so,
right now.
yeah, so right now Zoom's coming out, and then we have America Divided, but then I have Bocas Festival, which I already have cast that. I got most of the actors for that, and
Okay.
then I was actually going to film a few scenes last week. No, actually, it was supposed to be today,
Yeah.
but one of the actors told me they weren't feeling good, and I was like, no. If you're not
Forget it.
feeling good,
Yep.
let's not worry about it. I'm not rushing nothing out. I'm
Hmm.
taking the time, and the way I've always worked, I do multiple projects, and my comics are that way. I have like three,
Sure.
4 comics I'm working on,
Sure.
and some has the spark that goes higher and becomes completed, and
Hmm.
so the same thing with my movies too.
Yeah.
I'm working on, and I go and film some stuff. Some stuff I know I could film like in 2-3 days. Especially if I have like extended weekends, stuff like
Sure.
that. I can
Sure.
get the cast together and we can film a lot of stuff. And the other ones is a slower process. Bocas Festival was I envisioned that one as a prequel series to Bocas the movie,
Okay.
and I was going to make that into like a mini series, like a short, like 10-15 minute episodes, and have like about like 8 to 10 episodes for that. And I already got the cast scripted out for that, and it has
That's awesome.
a Christmas theme for that, and
All right. Cool. That's cool. No, so it's continuation of the character of Bocas, or some, or is it? It's still. I mean, full disclosure, you're Bocas in the first movie.
yeah.
Is it a continuation of that character, or is it
Yeah,
someone else? Okay, so it's you.
it's still me as Bocas,
Mhm.
and but it's a prequel series, so it's an event before the movie. I
Yeah,
figured, it allows me to play in because the way I left, if you haven't seen the movie, the Bocas, which is by the way also at a film festival right now, and it's going to be playing October 1st on this Friday coming up
yep,
at noon at Shock Reel Film Festival in Orlando, Florida. And
awesome. And that's
so,
this Friday, huh?
yeah,
Okay,
this
cool.
Friday I'll be there.
Make sure you
Um,
put that on social media. We'll
yeah,
share that out.
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
blast that. I mean, by the time
yeah.
people see this video,
It'll be afterward, but still,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
produce. We'll put it out though, even
yeah.
though
So,
you know how I am about that. So
yeah, I know, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, so we'll have that, and it's already been selected. It was going to play
mhm.
on because the way that film ends, we're in a post-apocalyptic world, and I actually have a
Mm,
script for that too, the actual sequel. But I figure, it gives me a chance to play more in the everyday world of
yeah,
Bocas,
yeah, I get that.
before the apocalypse. So, and if people have read the comics are based like in the world of today.
Yep,
So, but the beautiful thing about Bocas being that the character is immortal, he could be in
right.
the past, the present. So the timeline is he bounces back and forth.
Yeah,
So I'm having a little fun with that. So I have the character Festival, which is a Christmas inspired character, and I figure I love Christmas, and I
sure,
figure let's have fun with Christmas.
sure.
And then the things I love about Christmas is that uh, like people say I'm Christian, but their kids believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah, right. I know.
So
That's great.
so so I'm playing on the idea of Santa Claus.
Yeah. Are any of the returning character actors from the first movie going
um,
to be in this besides
uh,
yourself?
I have a quick cameo appearance from David Grace is going to be
Hmm.
playing Gusano, and then I have Hector, who's great because he played the Gomez characters, and the Gomez characters in the films are a series of a father and a son, and now he's playing another brother. So, and I make them look all alike, and I'm playing on that whole idea where
Cool.
like all the boys look like the dad. So I'm like,
yeah, right.
So that happened to look played by the same dude.
Got it. So
I'm
very
like,
similar. All right,
yeah,
cool.
so I'm playing off of that. So he's coming back, and then I've talked to other people that want to come back as quick cameo appearances. So and there's obviously there's newer characters that that connect, and then we also have Paul Huggin, who actually is the owner of Bocas car. So he's also going to be at the show too.
Yeah,
he's taking his Savior Impala with him there.
Sure.
So that's going to be pretty cool.
And that's a 4-door Impala that's prominently in the movie.
Yeah.
Black one, right? It's
yes.
Black. Yeah, it's a sweet 60. What is that? 4? 66.
Yeah. 67.
67. That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Looks similar to Supernatural's car.
Yeah.
Very similar to it, but it's
very similar.
It's sweet. One thing I like about the Bocas character, and one of the reasons why I ended up signing on with you to do a few of the custom covers, the variant covers that we did for Spacey and Bocas and everything else. The thing I like about Bocas is it's so he's immortal, and that was one thing that I could have a lot of fun with creating my take of it, based off your adaptation of the movie. But I could, like in the last one that we did, the last Bocas cover that we did.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. We have a lot of people like it. So, but it was kind of my take. But I really like the immortal side of that character because he can go from any time span, and it's rightful justice, and I dig that. So if you're scum,
you're dead.
You're dead. There's no question. There's no. It's
You're
like
done.
cut and dry. You're done. Judge, jury, night. But yeah, that's one thing. But one of the things about all of it, and I, with everything that's going on with me right now, with movies and development, all that stuff on Retrieve, it's interesting for me to see the production side of it on how producers in Hollywood work, that have mainstream ideas and mainstream visuals, and then the indie side of it, and then seeing what grassroots attempts. Not high dollar, but you're still getting the movie out. You're still producing the movie. You're getting other people involved that want to be seen on the silver screen, if you want to call it that, whether it's their name or whatever. And it's the same. It's just the money that's different. It's the same.
That's all. That's the bottom
scripting,
line.
the same. There might be a little bit of polishing on the scripting because they've been doing it longer or whatever, or for a higher dollar amount. But maybe the cameras are a little bit more advanced. Lighting, whatever, but it's really, when it boils down to it, the grassroots, it's the same. It's the same passion. It's the same, not just wanting to make a buck, but getting the story out there and enjoying what you're doing, which gets lost sometimes in bigger productions. So
it can happen. Yeah.
Kudos to you. That's awesome. What has been the biggest joy out of all of it after creating movies? And
what's great, Ted? It's going and sitting down, and that's why I like the theater experience. I like going there and seeing what the people's reactions to it. And so Bocas has played in several theaters here in Florida. I've actually had it played in Titusville, Cocoa. Other theaters wanted to play, so I actually let them play it, and we will have like a night or two playing there, and people's reactions that weren't even related to me. People just walking in just to watch this indie film, and people either being disgusted by it, like, oh, or people just laughing, people laughing at the comments the characters made. And I'm like, okay, I just enjoy the reactions, good or bad, and I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He's actually got disgusted at that scene. We did something there. We made him disgusted.
Make a note. Yeah. Make a note, duplicate. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's interactions, what you really, and I completely get that as a comic book creator and as a book creator and author. Having reactions and having an email or something come back, but having it live in audience, that reaction's got to be, you can't duplicate that.
No, you can't.
Unless you're videoing it, why the reaction. And I do. I love the interaction with fans and that kind of, I love that. People that read my books and that. So, what's the future once you're done with this, once you get things rolling? So Christmas, we're done with the movie productions. What's for the future of all of it? Or do you see in the next 6 months to a year?
keep making more, man. You know, and
Yeah.
that's the only way I believe. You know, you just got to keep on pushing and you know keep on, and maybe the pandemic winds down some
Yeah.
more, and
It will
actually
eventually. It
and
will eventually.
and eventually allows us to just appear at conventions all across the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that you and I are on for that. Totally.
yes,
I'll be doing next year will be a big year for me. This year's been very large for us, but next year with touring and everything else,
yeah,
I'm definitely, definitely want to see you. And, we've never met in person, bro.
no,
In
I
fact, we
know,
met online during the pandemic, and
I
that's how
know,
we spawned our friendship. And it's
yeah.
great. It's a really weird thing not being able to meet people, I know you're going to tower over me, but I'm still, um, one of the things that, and this, I know that you'll appreciate this, Craig Hall, that's doing the scripting, for Retrieve, the adaptation for the, movie developing for my book Retrieve. Actually going to be doing a, podcast in November 5th.
Nice.
We decided that we wanted to bring, and I know you know how to write scripts, but not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people don't know how to take it from the dining room table idea to scripting and then possibly getting into pitching to one
Yeah.
of the bigger movie houses. And Craig's been doing this 30 years, and he says, well, why don't we do a podcast that can bring people some information? And
You know, sign me up. I'm going to be watching it.
okay, good. It's going to be called From the Trenches of Hollywood. And I'm going to show the promo real quick if I can do that for a second.
Go right ahead, man.
Give me 1 sec. And what we're going to do is we want to bring awareness to it. It's a 10 episodes from November 5th till Christmas. And it'll be basically a step-by-step of how to write your script. Get an idea down. Okay, this is what you got to do. We're going to bring in some industry people you probably don't know, some people that you do know possibly. And we're going to just kind of throw it out there, show you how to do it. It'll be a recorded session, much like this is. You can always add comments afterward, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to bring some information to people that probably didn't have it.
That's awesome. More information, that's power, man.
Absolutely. Well, and it's something I want to give back too. I mean, I know that there's some things that I know Craig's got some things he's actually worked on that he's marketing wise products that, and rightfully so, he should be paid for because he's done some amazing things that can really help people. But with it, I think that these podcasts are going to help get people motivated to the point where they're producing some stuff. They might not have a book, but they've got a story that might end up making a great script, right?
Yes.
So, and I want to be able to give back to a lot of the people that have taught me a lot, and I think that was really important when we were out in California. We sat down and we wrote out 10 episodes while we were there. And it's awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to start filming it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great series. So yeah, I hope you do check it out because I think you're going to enjoy it.
I am. I'm already there. I'm already excited for it, man.
Cool. It'll be on on Fridays at 5 p.m. recorded.
Cool.
So, but yeah, it'll be starting November 5th. So we'll keep you abreast of that. So, but that's interesting that's one thing I really respect about you is because you're writing. You're constantly writing. I know you're an educator and I respect that. And I think you should be a millionaire just for that. Because I think most educators deserve to be millionaires. I've got a lot of family that are educators, and it's hard for me to watch what they go through and the demands that are given, on them. Oh yeah, they get 4 months off a year. Yeah, okay, whatever. There's a lot of demands. There's a lot of demands that
Just 4 months, you're working still. You're still doing. You're planning for the following year, and you're ordering the book.
Sure, and they don't see at night. Yeah. They don't see on Friday nights when they're not going out and they're not having a drink. They're at home.
Stacks of paper to grade,
or they've got kids that are online. Then they got kids in school, and they're dealing with all of it, trying to man. So my heart goes out to all of you. So whatever your capacity is as an educator, but the thing I really respect about you is that you are in the trenches literally, and you're doing it, and you're bringing people together, and you're trying to make it a healthy way to do it. You've always been so gracious with me, always. Opportunistic and very optimistic, I should say, about everything. You and I have got a good relationship because of that, and I know that it's going to continue. But and that's why I wanted you on TED Talks, because I know you got so many things going on. I can only scratch the surface. But what's the immediate thing next week? You've got October 1st. One more time. Let's go through the rundown.
Yeah,
October 1st, you got the viewing of.
of Bocas.
Okay.
He's going to be playing. He's going to be playing at the Shock Reel Film Festival out in
Okay.
Orlando, and at the Rose and Shingle Convention Center. It's a beautiful, immaculate hotel.
Can you buy tickets for that, or
Oh,
there's
yeah.
only 50 people allowed in, right?
No. For Bocas, I mean, I think they're just letting everybody in, man, because this is a convention.
Okay.
Because it's also part of the Phantasm
Oh,
horror
okay, cool.
convention.
Oh, awesome.
So they're bringing all these horror actors there, and then on top of that, they have their film festival at the same time, which is a Shock Reel Film Festival, which is part of the Phantasm convention, and it's going to run for 3 days.
Excellent.
This comic convention or this horror convention
Mm-hmm.
from Friday to Sunday, and Bocas is playing on the Friday at noon. So we're there, and then I'm probably gonna have to pop back over on a Saturday to see if it won any other awards.
Sure.
So
That's great.
They're gonna be at 7 p.m. So
make sure you're posting that stuff, man. I will on Instagram,
Yeah.
whatever. I will share the heck out of that for you.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and then October 15th is the Zoomed film premiere, which has 50 people inside a 100 person theater, and we're pushing that. I've been reaching out to people, asking them on the VIP list, are you coming? Yes or no? And there's a waiting list. We have a waiting list of like 100 people that want to go.
Great.
So, I'm asking people, are you able to come? Because, this is just a very private 1-day event. We're coming out. So we're doing that. And then we're going to have the red carpet experience. I had the red carpet rolled out. We're going to take pictures. I have some of the cast coming out.
Good.
So we're taking pictures of that. And then after that, we'll show the film, and we're going to have a few trailers for a few future things. And then I actually reached out to a few friends of mine that also make film, and I say, hey, you have a trailer to your film? I would love to show your film, or your event coming up. So I have a few trailers for that attached before the film starts. And
That's
then
good. And that's one thing you've always done too with your books. You actually promote a lot of other people. I know you pay in, advertising, but that's great though that you offer that. I don't do that on most of my stuff, so that's great that you offered the opportunity. And that's great because I know people see it. I know there's eyes on it, so that's good. And yeah, if you guys are looking to promote, Jake's the one I would probably go with some of his books. You'll have my cover on it, on a variant cover, plus you'll have your advertising in Jake's book.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a win. It's a win-win, I think. But.
Yeah, and then I share all that stuff across my own platforms. I have thousands of people that follow me on Instagram and Facebook and everything. So I'm always sharing because that's the only way as independent creators we're going to grow.
Right.
We have to help one another. And I remember all the good people right in here.
Sure. I know.
You help me, I help you.
Sure.
And you have my gratitude and love forever, and that's the way I roll,
Well, you know how loyal we are, if we gotta, it's reciprocated, that. So
yeah, I know, great. Man. And that's what I love about coming here always, because you're my brother from another and a mother in another state.
Yep, you got it. And you wear cool hats too. So
I love hats. I haven't worn them a lot lately because it's just lately,
Well, it's been warm down there, man.
It's been super warm, and I'm just waiting for it to cool down. And I have my whole closet full of hats. And, because people have been like, I haven't seen you wear your hats in a while. I'm like, man, lately it's just been too hot.
Sure. I know, man. We were in California. I'm like sweating. I'm like, I had to, so I had to change my hat. I had to throw it on when I did my videos or whatever. But I'm like, it's too much. So it's nice in Michigan because we're about 50, 60 degrees right now.
See, that perfect hat weather.
Perfect weather. Well, the winds have been kicking up a bit, but we had some pretty rough storms last week. But man, it's beautiful out today. So I've got, let's see. I think that's what we've got for everything. But I wanted to talk to you about, Glenn B. Fleming, the one I do Truth Mongers with. That gentleman?
I love that show, man. I love that Jack Kirby episode. I was like, Jack Kirby is my hero, man.
He is. What an amazing talent he was, man. And that's why, I think that's why we adore him, because I think he was a little bit more in tune
He
with
was.
what
He was. He had
from
to
the
be.
creative source. He had to have been. I don't know
Yeah.
how. Yeah, I'm just, and he is. Kirby's it. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is. He's an amazing creator. Glenn B. Fleming's got a promotion for Kickstarter. If you don't mind me running it real quick,
Sure.
it's about Kirby. He was lucky enough to do home movies with Kirby back in the 90s, and this is going to be going live in Indiegogo here in a couple weeks. So I want everybody to check it out.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line. See? And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136. I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
You remind me a lot of Glenn in a lot of respects because not physically, but your the creative ideas that you've got. I hear just privately when I'm talking to Glenn as far as different ideas that he has for his cartoons or his productions of his authorships and everything else he's doing. You guys are very similar in that regard, and that your love for Kirby. That's why I wanted to bring up the promo because I knew you love Kirby as much as he does.
Kirby's my hero, man.
He and yeah, when we seeing him in comics versus seeing him at home, away from the table for a couple minutes, that must have just been, oh, man. So I'm excited for Glenn for the book that's coming out and the movie that he's been holding on to for 30 years.
Wow.
And having it all adapted. And I mean, production's not easy.
No,
sound is not easy. All that. So, I mean, I consider it grassroots as well. So you're in good company. But you're always in good company here, man. I enjoy you always. I don't think we've ever had a dull conversation. I don't think I've always come away with something better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always feel good about my work and my direction of things whenever I talk with you. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. So thank you. Where can everybody reach you? Where can they all check you out?
I mean, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me Jake.Estrada on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as Jake Estrada. I mean, you'll see my face. You'll probably see me with a gun, a shotgun on that.
Right.
Or you can find my fan page, which is like an illustrated drawing of me with a gun. And then I'm on Twitter as well. I'm all everywhere. You just type in my name, Jake Estrada. I mean, heck, you can even do a Google search on me.
Sure.
You'll see my name, Jake Estrada. Cinematographer or whatever they got on there. I'm like, what?
That's cool though. We if you want to check back on Ted Dave's Archery too, we've got a little bit ago we did an interview with you and Nino.
Yes.
So we talked a little about what you guys were doing and all that. So check that. Call out to have you guys check back on some of my videos. You can see us a little bit more in depth. About an hour and a half, I think that one was. That was a long talk.
That was a long one because we were talking with Nino as well.
Yeah, and he has a lot going too. And it's enjoyable to watch him grow. But yeah, as an entertainer. But you're always welcome here. I wish you nothing but much success, bro. I think you're gonna be you're on your way to greatness, and people will recognize it. They will, and things will happen. And I'm looking forward to getting this other cover done so we can get it out there and hopefully everybody sees the variant cover as one of the better ones I've done. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait, man. I'm like, oh man, this
it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's water, there's blood, there's a cruise ship. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
You said my magic word.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There might be a pirate flag on there. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. But we're getting there. Let the art speak for itself. But okay, we're out of here. But
Ooh.
in saying that, let's leave you with our intro. Thanks again, man, for stopping in. I appreciate you at TED Talks.
Thank
And
you. I
we'll be
appreciate
talking to you
bro.
soon. And we'll be watching that launch on Kickstarter, everything that's going on. So we'll talk to you soon, Jake. Thanks again, man. Thanks everybody for
Bye,
stopping
everybody.
in. Thanks.